Dosha Maraguat. Hello, relatives. I am so excited to be here tonight. I actually am humbled to be here because it's been a really long time. I thought, man, organizing is so hard. And I thought, I wonder if anybody can relate to this. Does anybody agree to this? Who thinks this work is so hard? Raise your hands. Oh, some of you think it's easy. All right, good for you. All right. Trust me, I know exactly how hard it is because you know where I'm from? I'm from North Dakota. It is hard. I don't know if you know this, but recently the incoming administration, God, it's hard for me to even say his name. I've always called him number 45. Now I have to call him another number. Can't believe it, but he elected the governor of North Dakota, Doug Burgum, for the Secretary of the Interior. You know what their mandate is? Drill, baby, drill. Oh my gosh. And then they have this new National Energy Council that they created. And apparently Doug Burgum, governor of North Dakota, is going to lead this council to create energy dominance. And I was like, holy, are we in the Twilight Zone? Did I forget to wake up from that nightmare? But no, here we stand. And this burden sometimes feels really heavy. You're walking along and you're just like, oh gosh, this is a really heavy burden to bear. How do I do this? And it's with all of you. And it's with the people who stand behind us. And it's when we stand together. So if you can at this moment, I would really appreciate it if you could stand. Stand up with me. Stand up with me and do me a favor. And you can close your eyes or not, but I want you to turn around. And I want you to look at your parents or the ones that raised you. I want you to have them in your mind's eye. I want you to think about your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your great-great-grandparents. Go all the way back as far as you can and remember them right now in your mind's eye. And think about who they are. Now I want you to turn back around. And I want you to either close your eyes or not, but look ahead to that future. Envision it. Envision it for you, but for when way beyond when you're even here anymore. What's it going to look like for you? What's it going to look like all those generations ahead? Because if we don't remember our ancestors who have our back, where we came from, we're not going to be able to know where we're going and where we want to be, despite whoever is in that position of power. Because they never were really there. Not for me. I brought somebody with me here because she has been my rock. May she rest in peace. This is my grandma, my dad's mom. Her name was Salina Youngbear. Now, sometimes back home, people say, gee, you Hiradzo women, you're really mean. They used to say, gee, Kandi, your grandma, she's kind of scary. She's kind of mean. But you know what? Grandma was tough. Grandma went to a boarding school. And guess what? She survived. And her parents before her and her parents before her, way back to the makings of this country that we now call the so-called USA, which is founded on the genocide of indigenous peoples who were here. But we survived. I am here on this stage as a survivor myself of cancer from the toxins in my community because my grandmother survived. We're fighters. We come from a long line of warriors, a long line of people who said, you know what, doesn't even matter who's the so-called president or the so-called leader of an entire country because we're going to fight. And we're going to fight for our children to survive. Not only to survive, but to thrive. Yes, that's right. I came here today, even though my kids were like, Mom, do you have to go? Because I wasn't going to. On November 8th, I woke up like, I'm done. I'm just going to stay in bed today. And my 5-year-old son, Winter Eagle, said, you go, Mom. You go, girl. It cracked me up. My 11-year-old son, my 11-year-old daughter, Ayana, said, you know what, Mom? You paved the way. It doesn't matter if Trump's in there right now because one day I'm going to be the president. Yes, you are, my girl. And I wanted to talk about one thing. Somebody brought it up earlier. I was so happy to hear it. Something about DAPL. Who remembers that? Dakota Access Pipeline. You remember Minnie Wachoni? Minnie Wachoni. Minnie Wachoni. Minnie Wachoni. Minnie Wachoni. Yes, I haven't heard that forever. 2016, he just got done talking about the battles. Well, guess what? Just because the media went away doesn't mean we're not still here fighting. Yes, we're going to the courts. They're scared. They keep pushing the dates back because they know they were wrong. So my request for you all here today is to not forget about the indigenous peoples and the grassroots. Because guess what we're doing at home? We're saving our seeds. Not those GMO corn seeds, our seeds. Yes, we are. We're planting our gardens. We're teaching our kids how to plant those gardens. And we're doing the grassroots works on the ground because that's where it is. We have to stand with our brothers and our sisters. And I'm so happy you all are still standing. I forgot to tell you that you could actually sit down if you wanted to. I appreciate that, Jane Fonda. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you. Making my elders here stand up and just be all over here. My grandma would be laughing at me right now. Kids these days. But to support the grassroots and to really remember I need help. There was a group that came out. I need help bird dogging Doug Burgum. Write that name down. I'm going to need help. I haven't sat down with him yet, but when I do, I'm going to have a lot of fun. Talking about what we need for the future of North Dakota because he does not represent me as a constituent. And he's going to hear all about it. If there's anything that we can do, it's fight. Fight for our continued existence and our right to survive and to thrive. For all the generations that came behind us. For all the generations that are to come before us. Stand for justice. Stand for your brothers and sisters. Right? Because we have to stand. Do we want to do it again? Let's stand up. Come on, everybody. All right? Repeat after me. We stand. We stand. With our brothers. And our sisters. We stand. For justice. For all people. We stand. To fight. For our future. We stand. With our brothers. And our sisters. We stand. We stand. We stand. That's my time, everybody. I love you so much. Peace out. We'll see you tonight.